Man, big fight in Las Vegas. There's nothing better than prize fights in Las Vegas. I've been here for my entire adult life, and I miss big time fights like the one we got scheduled at Allegiant Stadium on the Strip on Saturday night. This fight will take place around midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. It is Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford, and I can't wait to watch it, folks. I'm a huge fight fan. I watch boxing more than UFC. I always feel like I'm cheating on my first love of boxing if I watch too much UFC. But we got a big marquee matchup finally in Las Vegas. And you can see the prices right there. Canelo, $170 favorite. It's right around there, give or take a few pennies, depend on where you shop. And the comeback on Crawford, for the most part, right around plus $1.40. The rounds prop, 10.5 over under. Boy, heavy juice if you like the over, minus 360. Come back on under 10.5 rounds, plus 300. And I'm really looking forward to this fight. I am going to plunk my rear end down on the couch. I'm not going to be at Allegiant. I just don't want to mess with the crowd, but I will be at home, couple of buddies watching this fight and with some action on it. And I'm going to tell you who I like in just a second. Real quick note, you can find all my premium plays over at DocSports.com if you want to jump on board. 6 plays Saturday and Sunday combined in college and pro football, including the 7-star and the 6-star. Enough about that. Let's get to the fight. Again, Canelo laying the big price here. Not big for boxing as far as relative to boxing, but still laying a decent-sized price there. And I thought Crawford is a little bit undervalued. Listen, Bud Crawford moved from 154 to 168. We know that. But he's never been close to losing a fight. While Canelo hasn't been all that impressive the last 3 years, going back to the Golovkin fight, last time he really impressed or looked of top-notch quality. But as far as Crawford is concerned and moving up a weight class, that to me is easier than moving down in a weight class because, I've been covering the fights in Las Vegas when I co-hosted the old Stardust line on Saturday nights with Seat Williams and Dave Koken. We used to cover the fights all the time. We used to have a lot of fight interviews. I ran Barkley, Alex Garcia, the retired Joe Frazier, all those guys back in the day. And the one thing that they all talked about was moving down a weight class being tougher than moving up in weight class for the simple reason that you can get dehydrated when you're trying to lose that weight. So I do believe Crawford's going to have a bit easier time than most when it comes to moving up. He's taller than Canelo. He's got a longer reach than Canelo, and he's never been in trouble. One of the smartest ring technicians that we've seen in a couple of decades. Bud will be busier than Canelo. I really believe that. Canelo doesn't have quite the combinations that he used to when he was a bit younger. And that's all relative. I'm not trying to take away anything from Alvarez. These are my two favorite fighters over the past 5 to 10 years. These two guys, Crawford and Canelo, if you're talking from a fan standpoint. We've also made some money off of these two fighters over the years. I do believe the fight will go the distance, but I'm not going to lay 360 to play that. And here's the concern about plunking the money on Crawford. I truly do believe that Canelo does get sometimes the benefit of the doubt from the judges. And I saw it firsthand when he fought Mayweather, a decade plus ago when he was a much younger fighter. I was there with a couple of friends, including the late, great Dave Koken, who was there also. We watched from a different vantage point, but I was about 8 rows from the ring. And Mayweather fought his perfect fight, start to finish. We had Mayweather winning all but 2 rounds. And the judges' scorecards were a little bit off of that, including one who called it a draw. And we've seen throughout his career, Canelo, again, very deserved fighter for where he is in his career, but still getting the benefit of the doubt on the scorecards as far as I'm concerned. So there is that concern there that if you do like Bud Crawford, you have to hope that he kind of dominates if it goes the distance, because you don't want him to get cheesed out of a potential win on the scorecards. And again, I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but you do tend to see Canelo getting favored a little bit on the scorecards. I think what's going to happen is you're going to see Bud Crawford being too busy for Canelo. He's going to throw a lot more punches than Canelo at this age. Crawford really doesn't have a lot of ring rust, or I shouldn't say ring rust, but he doesn't have a lot of years on him in the ring like you would think of a 37-year-old fighter. He's been able to cruise throughout his entire career, just taking guys out with not a lot of tough fights. Canelo's a little bit more challenged in his career, and I think even though he's a couple years younger than Bud Crawford, he's got a little bit more wear and tear, a little bit more miles, if you will, on those legs. So I think he'll be busier. I think he'll land more punches. I'm not going to say he's going to dominate, but I think it's going to be a decent advantage at the end of the fight as far as the scorecards are concerned in favor of Terence Crawford. So my comp play Saturday night's fight is Bud Crawford around plus $1.40 over Canelo Alvarez. That is the comp play for Saturday Night Boxing in Las Vegas. Again, you can check out all my premium work on my homepage at DocSports.com each and every day of the week. Hope you guys like these videos. If you do, click on the like button. If you want to comment and let me know who you like in this fight, whether it be a prop or whether it be one of the fighters, please do so, all right? Take it easy, everybody. Scott Spreitzer here. Let's put this fight and the weekend in the win column. We'll talk to you soon.